Happy Spookies, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, having a most excellent day. And today we're just going to go ahead and talk about some Nicolas Cage movies that I recently watched. So I made a video about Nicolas Cage. I've watched like 4 of his movies, and this is going to be the same thing. I just want to go and briefly talk about some movies. I have no notes in front of me. I have my baby with me. She started crying. I was in the process of making another video before this. So we're going to talk about Between Worlds.
I don't understand how it happened, but the universe giving me a second chance.
My daughter.
Without your help, my daughter would be gone now.
Try and get some rest. There are other people there.
His wife and his daughter, they died in a fire.
This is a movie I saw streaming on Tubi, and I was like I said, I've been binging Nicolas Cage, and I was like, what's this one? I even posted about it, and a lot of people were like, this is freaking nuts. This is a wild one. Like, prepare yourself. And I can understand why they were saying that, because it's not necessarily like, wow, this movie is insane. But there are just like parts in this movie like, what is happening? So it's all about Nicolas Cage. At the beginning of the movie, he unfortunately lost his wife, I believe, in some sort of accident. I can't recall. It's been like a couple weeks since I saw it. He lost his wife. He's in a bar. He's a truck driver, or he's on like one of those truck stop diners, whatever. And he goes to the bathroom where he notices a woman being choked out. So he does the heroic thing and he beats the heck out of the guy. And the lady's kind of mad about this. And you're just, what? She's just like, no, stop. And he's just like beating the heck out of the guy. Well, you find out that she wanted to be choked out. And not for a, naughty reason. No, because she's actually psychic. And she can go to the other side or wherever that is when like somebody recently passes. And in order for her to do that, she has to come to like that near death state. So she gets choked out on this, in bathroom. She was doing this because her daughter, she just found out her daughter was in a motorcycle accident, I believe. She wants to go to try to save her before the daughter walks to the other side. So she gets Nicolas Cage to take her to the hospital, and they're kind of already having this little connection. And she ends up convincing, Nick Cage to choke her out so she can go stop her daughter from walking over. And he's a little hesitant, but he ends up doing it, and she ends up stopping her daughter. And it gets a little crazy after that, because what's the old saying?
Sometimes dad is better.
Sometimes dad is better, because what comes back is not the daughter. Nope, nope, nope. It's something sinister, and it wants Nicolas Cage. I don't want to go into more of that, but it gets wild. It gets wild, so wild. Okay, there's a scene where, people are intensely loving one another. It's a flashback of Nicolas Cage and his wife before she passed away. She's having him read some script out of a play, or I don't know, something while they're, eloping. And it's just absolutely wild. I really don't want to give any big plot points away, because I went in blind and I was like, wow, so this is where this is going. Okay. I watched that new one, by the way. I can't remember the Imaginable Weight something. That new Nicolas Cage movie.
I hear, Nick, you've lost some of your talent as an actor?
No. What did he say?
He says he loves you, but he went in a different direction.
We got another offer. It's $1 million. It's to attend a wealthy gentleman's birthday party.
Is he into something strange?
It's not like he's gonna want you to suck his dick or fuck his wife or watch him fuck his wife.
I wouldn't think so.
Welcome to Mallorca, Mr. Cage.
The guy that owns this house, what's his name?
Javi.
Is Javi gonna want me to,
I am Javi.
Nick Cage.
I didn't know that was a cliff! We could have died!
Nick Cage, I love you. Have you seen Crudes 2?
I'm 44 years old. Why the fuck would I see Crudes 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.
with Prince Oberyn and Nick Cage. I can't remember his name. He's the Mandalorian dude, and I know him as Prince Oberyn from freaking Game of Thrones. I hate talking about Game of Thrones now. But that was really fun. It was so cool to see like Nicolas Cage and like this sort of meta movie. But it's all about Nick Cage. He's like not doing good, I guess, career-wise. He's like trying to get this one role, and he's like almost desperate about it. And the producer's like, he's like talking to the guy, whoever it is making the movie. And he's like, you know, I don't need to read for you. He's like, yeah, of course you don't need to read. He's like, but I can if you want. And he's like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not gonna have you read for me like you're Nicolas Cage, you know. So the guy like tries to like walk to his car for the valet, and then like Nick Cage is like just desperately talking to him about the role, and he ends up like just spewing out the line. And it's so, I forgot, it's so funny. But
I'm gonna read. It's a foregone conclusion, Jimmy. It takes 13 milliseconds for the human brain to send a message to the body. So by the time your bullets hit me, my cerebral cortex will have transmitted a signal to the 17 healthy muscles that operate my trigger finger. And before your asshole has had a chance to pucker up, your medulla oblongata will be spread on a fucking wall behind you. And if that's the last thing I accomplish on this beautiful green earth, well then, I say, what a way to fucking go. Holy shit.
But they don't give him the role. And NPH, Neil Patrick Harris, he's like the one telling him about, Prince Oberyn dude over on this side of the world. Big fan, wants you to come to his birthday party. So reluctantly, he ends up going. And it's just a funny little like action comedy bonding movie. The scene where like Nick Cage finally gives in with Prince Oberyn, I'm just calling him that. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name in the movie. I don't remember his actor. But the scene where you find out that Prince Oberyn like takes him to like some cliff, and he just starts acting like they're in a movie, and Nick Cage is like, "What are you doing?" Because he finds out that earlier, like a day before, that Nick Cage wants to just retire. He's like basically done after this gig. So the guy is like very upset about that. And he's like trying to tell him, you have a gift for the world, and for you to deny that gift. And like they're on this cliff, and they just like Nick Cage like turns around.
Hey, Matilda, she is waiting on the coast. We have to go now. We have to jump. You're in an untenable situation. You know that, right? So tell me one thing. Do you love her? I've always loved her. And let's get you out of here alive.
And he like pretends he's in a movie, and it was one of the funniest bits the whole movie. The part with Paddington 2 was absolutely hilarious too, where they're like talking movies the whole day, and he's just like, what's your third favorite movie, man? You told me these two, what's your third one? And he's like, Prince Oberyn like doesn't want to tell him. He's like, okay, it's Paddington 2. And he's like, what? He's like, Paddington 2, man, you gotta watch it. So they watch, and Nick Cage is like, Paddington 2 is incredible. But it turns into this thing where like, the FBI or some secret government agency is also like tracking down Prince Oberyn dude, because he's believed to be like this drug lord, and they want Nicolas Cage's help. Very heartwarming too, because at its core it's like about like a dad and like family relationship and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of another one. I watched National Treasure for the first time. That was a lot of fun. Dude. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. Oh man, I just watched Left Behind. Have y'all seen that one?
Hello? Hi, Mom.
Chloe, welcome home.
So is everything set for Dad's surprise party?
He got called into work.
Board PanCon flight 257 to London. Flight time today will be 6 hours and 30 minutes.
I love you.
I know you all want answers, and believe me, so do I, and I'll do my best to get them.
Now, apparently this is based off some novel series and a movie back in the day with good old Kirk Cameron. Left Behind tells the story of Nicolas Cage basically trying to land his plane the entire time it's in the air. Half the world like gets just blipped. They straight up do a Thanos snap. Like God just straight up says, I'm done. There's too many sinners in this world. And he goes, what does he do? Food just snapped, and all these people literally just disappear. But Nicolas Cage, he plays like this captain. This might be one of his most like tamest roles. He wasn't necessarily boring. He just didn't really do anything fun, if that makes sense. But Nicolas Cage, he plays like this captain. He's married to this lady who like after like a year or so, she's like turned to the the light side, and it's all about the Lord. And he just gets pushed away by that. He doesn't like that. Tell us how you really feel about Nicolas Cage. Yeah, he plays this captain. He's just sinning right away. You can tell right when he parks up for work, he takes off his ring, and there's like this other one of his like flight attendants there, and it's just like this, you know, they're just like eye screwing each other straight up. At one point in the movie, everybody just gets, not everybody, but like all the kids get blipped away, and just about all good human beings get blipped away. Everybody's just left as sinners. And what's funny is like right away, right after this happens, people just start stealing things. I don't understand like why. Like people, you would think people would be more freaked out. You know what did a really good portrayal of something like this was The Leftover TV show. And Nicolas Cage, he lost his co-pilot, he lost some flight attendants. There's like a bunch of people, there's a bunch of sinners in first class. Some of the people in first class were so annoying. There's this lady that lost her daughter, and she just starts losing it. She just gets so paranoid, thinking that her ex-husband or something is the one that did this, and he paid everybody on the plane to like keep quiet while the plane landed and they took the daughter away. So I found myself laughing a lot, but then it went downhill really fast. Like it was all somewhat interesting at the beginning, you know, everything. They have these little conversations about, you know, the light side and things like that. You have the daughter of Nicolas Cage who was hurt by him because he just doesn't want to spend time, or you know, he's just running away from problems, pushing like his mom away and the family away. Sitting, Chad Michael Murray's in the movie. I don't know, he works for like a news crew or something. He was alright. I mean, the movie was okay, but like I said, it started off solid. It started off okay. Not even solid. It started off alright. The part where everybody gets blipped was hilarious, I thought. All of a sudden, people's like clothes are falling from the sky for some odd reason. It didn't make no sense. People start stealing right away. I don't know. All of a sudden, like the daughter like starts running home. Pretty much like once she starts like running, she runs to the hospital for some reason. I was very confused. Like, why did you run to the hospital and then run home? There's nobody in the hospital that you knew. Like, your biggest concern is to go home, is it not? It just... Anyways, yeah. Nicolas Cage, the whole time, is just trying to land his plane that's running out of fuel, and all the airports, like, landing things are all taken up. There's no space. So the daughter has to, like, clear this, like, highway or something. It's so dumb, dude. I don't know. It went downhill really fast. Very cringy movie, and the way it ends was just... They land the plane finally, and, you know, you can see, like, everything's burning, and... the world's just going to shit, and they've already like established the way Nicolas Cage found out to like kind of figure everything out was so dumb. He just like looking at his co-pilot's watch, and it says like John 3:16, and then they look at a flight attendant's purse and it says something about the Bible, and he's like, I know what's going on. But yeah, they land, the world's going to shit, and Nick Cage is like something like, this is it, this is over, and the daughter's like, no, this is just the beginning. And it just ends. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video there. Just another Nick Cage video I wanted to get out. We say thank you for watching. What else? Subscribe to the channel. Happy Spookies.